Mm. Hello, my brothers and sisters. Uh, Welcome to Dr. React uh, TV live. I'm just streaming this morning uh, live uh, at 10 a.m. rather than like 12 p.m. that I usually do the program. It's Saturday today, so there's gonna be I've got a lot of few things that line up, and so my timeline is shifted from noon to morning. That's why I'm gonna be doing the program from 10 to 11 a.m. Uh, I hope you all are doing good wherever you are in the world, as my brothers and sisters uh, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, and America, Canada, and other part of the world that you are in uh, as South Sudanese. Uh, I do hope God has carried you through the week and through the days with everything that you've been doing. I hope you've been doing with God grace and blessings with your family, your relatives, and your friends and everyone that's around you. Uh, As I say, welcome again to Dr. Rianga Chunungor TV Live. If you're someone tuning in, wherever you are tuning in, uh, feel free. Uh, I'm going to be running the program for like 1 hour. So I will be talking about few things, as you guys can see the topic underneath it there, understanding the world's affairs. I'm going to be talking today about the current affair that is going on in the world right now, the wars over the last 2 years or over the last 5 or 6 years. We've been seeing the wars through what we call the world powers, the countries of America, Europeans, and Israel versus Russia, China, and Iran. And they're kind of fighting different type of wars, and it'll be like what we've seen with the health or lifestyle war that was happening back in 2019 to 2021, which is what we call the COVID war, or the economy war that's was happening in uh, recently as well. And then you have those war that people dying and killings between these so-called superpower of the world. So today I'm going to do an analysis. I'm going to break down a lot of things. I'm going to talk about why these war are created, who are actually behind them, uh, understanding as you as a person, you know, these proxy war or these wars that are being shown to the world, you know, what are their purpose? Why do these people create them? You know, and I'm not going to really talk. If I do talk a lot about a lot of things to do, it will take me hours and hours. But what I'm going to do here is just I'm going to break down some of the few principles that I want as South Sudanese people who are coming into the world to understand these things as well, because these things have to do with there's a lot of propaganda in them. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of deceptions, and there's a lot of control of these people that they use them to inflict fear on others people, so people can be afraid of them, or they use it for their power control or, or manipulations. And so, for you to understand this kind of thing, it will give you understanding to know when you hear them talking about wars and all these news that's come to you on your screen, home screen, or your phone screen, or wherever you are seeing them. You need to not to be panicking and have fear of what is going into in around the world if you do have understanding, because what understanding does is it gives you a peace of mind. It gives you relax if you know what is the meaning of that thing that is coming to you or is happening in the world. And so I'm gonna go into uh, this conceptualizing things and giving you understanding, you know, because what we don't understand, we as people, is that the world we live in was created by people like you and me. And it goes back to like generations of people. Maybe we're living in a third generation right now. So if you take the generation of 1940s, and then the generation of 1960s, and then you have the generation of 80s and 2000, these are the people that are living in the world, the older people, the adults, and then you have the younger people. So the older people you see around us, among us right now, wherever you are in the world, these are the people who created this system, the world. They created the world, and we know who are actually in control, who are. These are the European people, to do with the Americans and Europeans and Israel. And even all these people I'm talking about, Russian and China and Iran, they created it a long time ago. And we come into the world, into their world. Already they have made all these things, but we don't know how these things work. So when you look at wars, you know, you need to ask yourself, why do they create wars? These people. That's the thing you need to understand as a person, because they'll be like telling you this and this, but deep down there is a truth to why they actually create this war. Look at what happened just 2 or 4 days ago with the Americans, the Israelis, and Iran. Because what America and Israel are not telling the world the truth behind all this chaos and killing, either in Palestinian land or like in now in Iran, or like take the whole of Middle East. They want to create another war like what they created in 2000. If you someone who been in the world for that long, the year 2000, 2001, they created a war in that place in the Middle East. Now they're creating another war. So you got to ask yourself why. Well, they'll be telling you like, oh, with this country is having weapons like nuclear weapons or like mass destruction weapon. But that's like the surface of everything. They don't tell you the truth, because that's like a flip side of telling you the lie of what they don't want you to tell you the truth of. And if you're someone who understand the reason why Americans and Israelis and Europeans goes to other people lands all over the world, like they have done it for centuries, for years, is for them to go into the land, take resources, the minerals, any type of mineral they want to take in that land, if they know that that land have that minerals, or they go in there and take people as slave, as guys have done that. They have done that before in the world. So they go, they first send their people to that country, to that land, and they go and see either they need people, they will ship people out, like what we've been seeing right now. Over the last few years, there's migration crisis and Europe and all these. They created that in order to ship people from those third world countries, the coal, and take them to their land so people can go and work as slaves. They have done that over the last 80 years or 10 years. A lot of people have moved to Europe, to America, all these European countries. Now what they need is they need resources. And that's why they creating wars to take their military, because you cannot move resources from one place to another place. So what you need to do, if you find a resources, let's say oil, gold, and other earth, rare minerals, then you need to move into that country to go and secure that land and be able to dig out all those minerals and take back them to your country. And that's what the Europeans and the Americans and the Israelis have been doing over the years. They see a country where there is oil, there's gold, or there's minerals. They move their military there, destroy everything, kill everybody there, take the land, and start taking the resources in that land and ship them back to their countries. If you can understand that as a person, that's the reason why they create war. They did that during Iraq time and Afghanistan, because what they found in Iraq was oil, and what they found in Afghanistan was these uh, uh, drugs plan. I can't remember its name, but it's actually a really expensive drug. But it's a plant, no, it's grow like a flower plant, uh, and so they found it there in Afghanistan, and that was the reason why they have war for the 20 years until they finish it off, and then they move back to America. So, my brothers and sisters, understanding those kind of simple logic, understanding those simple idea, it will give you understanding that these people, they create war for that purpose. They create migration for that purpose because they need slave and people to take into their countries to go and work in their system. They need resources. And that's why, because resources, you cannot move them like people. So you need to go into the land, secure that land, kill everything off that land, and then dig the soil and get the resources, either be oil, be minerals. So what you've been seeing over the last 2 weeks with Americans and 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 Palestinians and Iran, it's a war of minerals resources. There is a mineral resources that been discovered in Iran, and even in Palestinian in 1940s. There's like a lot of minerals that were sitting in that land, and that was one of the reasons the Israelis who are the Germans move in there, give them themselves a different name, just like they did. If you know the history of European people moving into the world, they are in South Africa, the Dutch people, those are Netherlands people, they are European, they moved there. The Germany are in Angola. Uh, you have the British in East Africa, which is Kenya, Uganda, Sudan, South Sudan right now. Uh, you have British in Australia. You have British in America, because those people who give themselves their name like United States or Americans, they are actually British descendants. And you go back to like they become like find out they're actually Germany's and Netherlands, and you know they actually one tribe, but they become big, and so they move out into the world, destroying places for that purposes. So they have colonies all over the world. These people, the European people. So If you understand that the war that they tell you and they keep talking about it, and there's like these and these, like, oh, this country have a nuclear weapons, or this country have a weapon of mass destructions. Just know in mind that the reason why they're going into that land is because they just need that resources. They have to go in through force. They have to create a war, kill off people, because those people who are sitting in that land are sitting on top of minerals and things that they need to dig out. So they have to kill off people, kill off trees, and kill off everything that in that land, and take, dig out whatever they need to. That's the only thing they do, these people. That's why they create wars. If they need human, they will create policies, they will create migration laws to bring in people, ship them from different places, countries, like we've been seeing over the last 10 years. The Europeans, because they talk in front of you that, oh, we don't need these people, we don't need, but at the back here, they're actually bringing them in, because if they let people see what they're actually doing, people will see it as a evil thing, because they'll go and take people from their lands and bring them into their system to come and work for them. So they don't want you to see that through. So they'll be like portraying it as a bad thing, but in the background, they're actually doing it. They're bringing in people through boats and through airplanes and all these kind of way of, they ship people from different continent of the world into their land. The same thing with minerals, because minerals are the one that they come and make things that, you know, their system function. They need phone, they need airplanes, they need cars, they need whatever things you use in technology, or like in cars, like oils. They need them for their empire to keep going. And so it's just, you need to understand that the war that you are actually seeing right now, the Americans and the Israel teaming up again, the Iran, is because in Iran, there has been a lot of minerals that have been discovered. And the Iranians are saying they're the one that are going to do it. But the Americans, on the other hand, are saying, no, we want to come in. We have the expertise. We have the resources. We want to dig your minerals. And so they're not agreeing on that. And that's why the Americans don't like it. And so they're using Israel, because Israel have an interest in Middle East. Because what you've been seeing in Palestinian for the last 80 years is not just a war of the land. It's a war of minerals. Why do you think that Israel is so powerful in technology, in military? Why do you think so? It's because the land that they're sitting in, which is the Palestinian land, have those minerals that they digged out. They make their gunship, their airplanes, their phones, their technology gadgets, everything you see, even what they call uh, the domes, which protect them from whatever nuclear bomb that getting them into the country. Those are made from rocks and minerals that are in the land. So they've been digging out all these minerals and making their own weapons and all these uh, technology. And people, they claim that they are the most powerful nation in the world in technology and all these manufacturing, gadgets and all this. Is because they've been digging minerals, rocks out of that land, the Palestinian land. That's why when they know that there's a piece of land that people are sitting on, and they need to take it by force. They go in military, kill off people, and then take the land and they start digging it to get themselves, like, all those material they need to go and process them, make them into phone, into gadgets, into everything they need for their technology. That's why the European Germany in 1940s moved into that land. That's not their land. They moved to that land just like the the British moved to North America, and created that land of what you call right now United States of America and Canada. Those were the British children that moved there. The same thing, the British children moved to Australia. And then you have the Dutch. They moved to South Africa. And most of, European countries, they moved to Africa. Like you look at Congo, the Belgium moved there. If you go to Kenya, the British moved there. In West Africa, you have the Americans, and in North Africa, you have the Arabs. And then in the South, you have in Angola and Namibia, you have the Germany. Those are like their colonies. So these people has been moving into places. It's not only the land they will go and create it and call Israel. It's the only land they have moved into, the European people. They have moved it to Australia. That lands and call it Australia. They moved to South Africa and call it South Africa. They are Europeans, people that move because they need resources. They need people to enslave. They need land. And so they create wars. So wars that you're seeing right now it's not just they started. It has been like the beginning of the existence. These people, they live through violence, killings, destroying things. That's their nature. But because of each generation come into the world and generation come into the world, they have to continue their lies and deceptions because they don't want you to know the truth. If you as a person know that these people go into the land because they need resources or they need to ship people to their system and work as slave, because what we have today, it's a modern slavery. It's a modern slavery that people don't understand. And this is the most deadly slavery compared to like people back in the days, our forefathers or our grandfathers used to work in farm only and in and our fathers in factories. This generation of ours, the system that we are enslaved to are really, really bad system because they're really tricky. You cannot understand it is actually a slavery system, but they are actually slavery system. We are enslaved. Either you are enslaved spiritually, you are enslaved educationally, you are enslaved politically, you are enslaved economically, or you are enslaved uh, in health or in family system. These are all systems created to enslave us. The system that we are in right now has this generation. It's such a sophisticated and complicated one because we don't see it as it is. What's the bad of it? But it is really bad system that we are in. They are in slavery system. But for you to understand these things, my brothers and sisters, you'll be like, okay, when they're talking about war, they're going into a land, into a country, and they're creating a war. Not only they're putting fear in you and creating these toxic ideas in you and to support them and to like, oh, I'm supporting this person. Like I've seen with a lot of my brothers and sisters, they're like supporting Israel. Oh, Israel's are chosen people of God. So like, whoever coming for them, God will kill them. And we gotta support them. These people are the righteous people. But my brothers and sisters, if I ask you, what is the righteous? God Himself doesn't choose people to say, go and kill people, go and kill children, and go and kill uh, women to get resources, to get people to come in and slave, work in your system. God doesn't do that. So who are you to come and proclaims and support these people who are doing wicked and doing evils? Killing people is not a righteous thing. And that's what the Israelis, the Americans, and the Europeans, and the Chinese, and the Russians, and Iran, they're all big one people. They just like, oh, versus this, and we're fighting these. Like American be like choosing China, we're fighting economic war, and it's like we're fighting political war with Iran. They just one big people that controlling the world, destroying it, killing people off with their guns, their makes, and all these things. So who are you to tell me that, or who are you to tell everybody that these people are righteous? Of course, everyone have a right to protect yourself. If someone come and want to hurt you, you got to self protect. But if you go to another person and go and harm them and go and kill them, what are you doing there? That person didn't come to you and try to kill you. No, you are the one that going there to go and kill them and destroy them. Where's that protection you're claiming that you're protecting yourself? You move from your land and you go to another person's land and you go and kill them, destroy everything about them, and say like, now you claim it and you're like, oh, this is my land. I'm protecting myself from this person. Who that person you got in that land should be the person that protecting themselves from you. But because they're a bunch of gangs and killers and people who want to destroy the world, control it and say they're the people who own the world. That's why they behave like that and act like that. There's nothing righteous about that, killing people, destroying things. Nothing good about that. So why you support people who kill people? If I come to your home, to your house and try to kill your people, would you turn around and support me? Like I'm the good person. You come in my line and we kill your mother and your father too together. And then would you call me good? No, I don't think so. You call me evil. So why don't you see that through? These people are evil people. That's what the Europeans, they go to different continent, to different lands, and they go and create that land, give it a name, either be Australian name, be Israel name, be South African name, be Kenya, or be Congo, or be whatever name they give to that land and claim it that it is their land. So Israel is no exception from Australia. If you know the people who own Australia, the British own Australia, the Germany own Israel, the Netherlands, the Dutch people own South Africa, the Belgium own Congo, the British own Kenya, the British own Egypt. These are land they went in when they started, like they want to set up the world. If you know the history of the world, how they set it up, the European people, they kept lands, they give themselves different colonies. So these are colonies. There's nothing different from what the land that names today, and we know that it is Israel. There's no different with the same thing with Australia, because Australia was created like Israel. The same thing with South Africa was created like Israel. The same thing with Congo was created like Israel. The same thing with Kenya was created like Israel. The descendants of Europeans are the one who created these colonies. The Belgium, the Dutch, the Germany, the French, the British. These are the people who created these colonies. If you don't understand it, my brothers and sisters, the Israel is a colony of Germany people. South Africa, it's a colony of Netherlands people. Kenya, or let's say East Africa, it's a colony of the British people. You have Angola and Zambia, it's a colony of German people. The same thing in West Africa, you have the French there. So Israel is not a chosen land. They're not people of the God, as they claim. They just like the British who came to Australia and kill off everything and destroy everything and succeed, colonize it, take it off. It's the same thing as what is happening in Israel. The reason why you're seeing Israel is struggling over the last 80 years, they have not taken off everything, is because people are fighting and fighting. It's an 80-year-old country. Australia is a 200 years country. In 200 years, you will see that these people have succeeded like Australia have succeeded. When Australia was started, the Aboriginal people were fighting off the British until 80 years, they succeed. It's the same thing as what is happening in Israel, the same thing what happened in South Africa. So they are no chosen people of God, my brothers and sisters. They just give themselves that title to deceive the world, to deceive the people, because what they're doing is evil in that place. Just like the Dutch were doing in South Africa, killing off people there. Just like the British were doing in Australia, killing off people there. Just like the Belgium was doing in Congo, killing people off there. So these are colonies, my brothers and sisters. They're not to do with God chosen people or it's a promised land or no. Those are tricky, funny words that they use to impress you, to deceive you. They're not chosen people of God. They are descendant of people from Europe that go and curb a land in Arabs' land and take people there, take resources there. Just they did when the Belgium go to Africa, take Congo land, take resources and everything. That's what you're seeing there, my brothers and sisters. It's a war of minerals. It's a war of resources. They support each other because if the Israelis succeed in that land and take resources, the America will benefit because they're the same people, they're Europeans anyway. The Australian will benefit, the British will benefit, the French will benefit, the Netherlands will benefit. So one person create a war in a land, the other one support them like that. Just look when American, they need oil in North Africa. They pinpoint countries. They pinpoint Sudan and Libya, Egypt. And so Obama create chaos in there. President Obama create chaos and kill off presidents for them to get access into the land, get resources, oil. The same thing in 2001 when President Bush, they need oil in Iraq and all those minerals in Syria. They kill up president there. They kill up people in power there. Moved in, take resources, oil in Iraq, in Syria. The same thing President Obama did in North Africa, in Libya, in Sudan, in Egypt. Kill off people there, take resources there, take control of resources there. It's the same thing they did in Australia. Kill off people, take control of that place. In South Africa, kill off people, take control of that place. In Congo, kill off people, take that control of that place. The same thing in Israel. Kill off people, take control of resources in that place. They support each other because they are actually one race of people. They one people, they're Europeans. So if one person succeed in whatever they're getting in that place, they support each other. So these wars that you see, my brothers and sisters, they tell you, oh, it's an economical war. We're fighting America and China, Israel fighting Middle East country like Iran's and, all those Arab countries. That's not what they actually doing behind the scene. Behind the scene, what they are there for and they need is the resources to come and fuel their jets. I mean, airplane, train, cars, buses, mineral that can come and create their gadget, their phone, their television, their whatever computers they need. They need earthly minerals. And so they will do anything and anything in that land they find those minerals and kill off anything in that land. People, trees, animal, birds, everything. As I just told you that, why do you think Israel claim that they're most powerful countries in terms of technology, in terms of gadgets, in terms of like warfare, guns, weapons? Where do you think they make them? They make them with those minerals they dig out from the soils in that land of what they call Palestinian land or Israel land right now. That's why the Germany moved into that place. Because they need those minerals in that soil to make all those things that they claim themselves to be so powerful of war guns, of warship and technologies and all those. They are made from rocks that are in the soil. The same thing with America. The land they sit in right now, it's why they make those guns and it's the rocks that are in the soil. They dig them out, they process them, they make them to be guns and all these weapons they use to kill people. Because the guns and the weapons and the technology that you see in the world here, the phone, the airplane, the cars, whatever you see, that system, their work, they are digged out from soil. These are soil rocks. They don't come from nowhere. They come from the soil, my brothers and sisters. So understanding that, it gives you a perspective of why these people create wars, because they need those resources. It doesn't matter whoever that is, that land, they got to take that land by force and kill off people. And then they come to you on their televisions and then they talk. You see if you make themselves good people. Like what Donald Trump did 2 days ago or 3 days ago. He says he bombed Iran. And then 2 days turn around and it's like, I'm signing the deal peace between Israel and and Iran. And I'm like, why you part of the war? and you're saying you're signing a peace deal, like you know, a ceasefire to make these two countries not fight each other, but you was the one that fighting them. You supporting Israel, but because he want to make himself good, because he know what he did, the world have deceived him as the world have seen him as a bad person in that perspective, bombing another country for no apparent reason. So he have to turn around and make himself good guy. So he's like, I'm signing a paper to make a ceasefire between the two countries. But I'm like, you was the one that claiming you going into the war. But it's because you need to understand how these people operate, their lies, their deception. There's nothing truthful come. Their nature is it's always operating in lies and deceptions and make you not to believe anything that is true. That's how they work. They killers, they murderers, the people that rapes and destroy the land. That's their nature. That's how they operate. That's how they survive. That's how their world function, through chaos and killings and destruction. Because they don't want to take a natural way of doing things, our brothers and sisters, these people. They don't want to make themselves do good things. Because you, as a person, you can, if I know as a person that a certain country have a certain mineral, what I have to do is go and buy that mineral, pay money, whatever amount they're asking, and get it from them. If I don't have it, I just stay, until I get that amount of money and go and pay for that thing. That's the normal transaction of things. But this mentality of like, I'm gonna go in and take everything by force. If you need it or you don't need it, I'm gonna kill you off. That's wicked. That's evil. And that's how they do things. The American don't want to go uh, to Afghanistan and tell Afghanis, or like Iraq and tell Iraq that let's make a contract. We want to buy your oil and this is how much we're going to buy it. They agree. The Iraqis agree with them. They sell their oil in that way. And then people live peaceful, coexistently. But no, they just like, we don't have money. We're going to go in there, steal it, take it, kill it, everything. But I'm like, that's not a healthy way of operating the world, through chaos and through stealing things from other people by force. Because this what they do is stealing things from other people by force. They don't want to do things in a moral way, in a mutual understanding way. Because if they see themselves lack something that they cannot afford to buy something from other person, they don't want to accept that thing. So they have to come with violence and kill and take that thing by force from you, that person. That's what they're all about, these people. Killing off people, taking things by force. If you don't agree with them, they kill you, they take that by force. That's how they've been living the world with people. So who are you to say those people are righteous? Are good with people with good moral understanding? If they cannot understand that there's a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement between two people, that if you agree on a certain term, let's say if you come to me and say, oh, Riak, Dr. Riak, I want to buy your bow tie. And I say, give me $10. But you say, oh no, I have like $8. And I say, no, that's my price. I charge that bow tie $10. And you say, man, I don't have anything that enough to $10. I have only $8. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for another person to come and pay me $10. But you turn around, it's like, okay, if you rejected my offer, I'm gonna kill you and take that bow tie by force. That's what they do because they don't want to walk away from people who disagree with them and say no to them. That they don't want to have that piece of land. They don't want to have that piece of resources. They don't want to have that people to go and enslave them. So they come in by force and kill off and take you by force, destroy your land. That's wicked. That's evil in its nature. It's nothing to do with righteous. So differentiate, put a difference between righteous and evil, my brothers and sisters. Because this thing is even getting to the point that you, as a person, you are actually don't have that understanding of what is understanding things. Because if you keep telling, oh, the Israelis are righteous, the Americans are righteous, the Europeans are righteous, or the Chinese or the Russians, or the Iranians and all these people that kill people in the world, make guns to kill people, make bombs to kill people. If you think these people are righteous because they kill each other and they deceive you that they're fighting war, who is suffering in between there? It's the ordinary people. The earth is suffering, the land is suffering. Other things of God He have created are suffering. Are there other? It's not only human beings that these people go and kill off in land. It's the other creatures of God, which is what you as a person even don't see it. So you go around saying like, oh, I'm claiming these people are righteous. But these people are killing off other things of God as well. They're killing off trees, they're killing off animals, they're killing off birds, they're killing off insects, they're killing off fish, they're killing off hair, polluting hair, everything. These are other things that God have created, let alone only human being, that we keep focusing, that they say, deceive you, keep focusing on it, like to have sympathy that that's the only thing that they are actually destroying. They're actually destroying the other things of God. So if that person is destroying things of God, why are you saying they're actually people of God and they are righteous people of God? That's contradicting your idea of what is righteous. If the Israelis are killing humans in that land and killing birds and killing animals and killing soils and killing insects and plants and everything of God, yet they claim that they are actually people of God. There's a lie in there. There's a contradiction in there, my brother and sister. That person is telling you a lie, because the same God that you or he is claiming that they belong to them is the same God that they're killing off his thing. Take of this example I give you. I come from a family of a truth, and I got my brothers and sisters in that family. And I claim that I'm a descendant. Like I call myself of that name, Ashworth family. If I turn around and start doing evil things to this family, would I be doing righteous thing to them, this family? And it's still claiming myself that I'm a son, I'm a brother, I belong to this family? No, because now I have become an enemy to that family because I'm actually fighting them, I'm destroying them. The same thing with what Israel is doing and all these Europeans and all these people of the world are doing. They have moved away from what we call the things of God, and they're actually fighting the things of God, killing them off. They're not only killing human beings in that lands or those places they go to, they're killing animals, they're killing fish, they're killing trees, they're killing everything that exists in that land. Because it's not only human beings that exist in the land, they're all creatures of God that live in that land. So who are you to tell me if these people are killing off these things of God and they come back and tell you that they are actually people of God? Who are you to tell me to believe that lie? Because for me, what I know is like if I'm saying I'm a child of God, I'm a person of God, there's no reason I'm gonna go in the land and kill off the things of God, which I know they are actually things of God. Because I know that these are things of God. The animals are things of God, the birds, the fish, everything that you see around here on earth, these are things of God. So if I go in and become an enemy of them, then that's mean like I don't belong to God. The same thing you should look at these people, the so-called chosen people, the so-called Israelis, the so-called Europeans, Americans. These are actually one race of people. They are Europeans who have scattered. They moved to a different part of the world. They're all doing evil. They're all killing off things of God. They of no chosen people of God. They're just claiming they are actually chosen people of God. Just that they claim that they're actually white people, but they're not white people. Their color is not white. Their color is reddish. The same thing, the lie that they are actually chosen people of God. They're not chosen people of God. They're actually chosen wicked, evil people because well, that's what they do. So if I'm saying to myself, I'm a black person, and I say I'm a brown person, would you believe that? I'll go in the world and claiming myself, I'm a brown person. Yet you see me, I'm a black. I mean, I'm lying, my brothers and sisters. The same to these people. If they go around the world saying they're white people, yet you know what is a white color is. This is a white color, what I'm wearing here. There's no one in this world that you ever seen that is so white. So why are you going to believe them that they're white people? Because they lie, and they lie about everything and everything they do in this life. The people of the world, you get to understand them. It's not only Europeans. They have the Asians, they are the Africans, the Arabs, they all together. These are people of the world that kill off the things of God. You see in Africa wars, you see in Middle East wars, you see in American, in Europe, the Russian killing off the Ukrainians. That is wicked. That is evil. The Israelis killing off Palestinian, that is wicked. That is evil. The American killing off the Iraqis, the Libyans, the Afghanis, now they're moving to Iran. It's wicked. That's evil in its nature. Brothers and sisters, understanding the world's affairs and how these people operate. These people operate through lies and deception. That's one number thing you're gonna know. Whatever come out from their mouth is manipulations, is propaganda, is through lies and deception. Whatever the world that you live in, everything you see around you is not the reality of everything, my brothers and sisters. Take that note. Everything you see around you is not the reality. Everything you see around you is fake. The reality is sitting outside you. Get to see the reality, get to find the reality. The world is within the earth. Go outside the world. You will understand. Look the earth. Look the world through the eyes of earth. because the earth is of a different place compared to the world. The world is so a small place, only human being live in the earth. It's where you find everything of God. And if you go into the earth and understand it, then you will look down to these people, what they're actually doing to the things of God, to the earth. And Israel is a colony just like Australia. The British created Australia. The Germany created Israel. The Dutch created South Africa. The Belgium created Congo. The British created East Africa. The French created West Africa. These are Europeans. If you someone who studied the history, you probably find out like what time when they set up these things, they allocate the land, they divided the land through families, through kings, and through, militaries. You know, go and read that history. Go and study that history, and then you will understand these things I'm talking about here, my brothers and sisters. These people, I keep telling myself, one day we will find out where these people come from with this violence and wickedness and killing, because their existence is based only on killings and destroying and violence and creating chaos in the world. That's what they do. But we're coming to the understanding. God is actually opening up the world and getting to let everyone see who are they. You know? And I keep telling myself, like, we are lucky, this generation of people, because we are in such a time of history. History is creating something that is useful for us. God is opening up people's eyes and understanding. So for you, you don't want to, keep letting these people deceive you and lie to you. Do a lot of research, read things, analyze things. Don't just take in what person is telling you and just keep it and believe it, because that's to do with the stupidity as well. I beg your pardon. I'm not like cursing here, but it's to do with like you having lack of understanding things. Because if you can see someone doing evils and wicked and saying it's a righteous thing, you'll be like, nah, what are you talking about? You're deceiving yourself. And you're trying to continue deceiving others as well around you through that person deceiving you. So understanding the world, my brothers and sisters, is what I was talking this morning. Understanding the world's affairs, the wars that you see, because these wars are created by people. They create their guns to fight this war because they need resources. That's all they need. They go into the land, take that land, take those resources, and build whatever they want to build with. That's their purpose, these people. That's why you see Israel is so powerful in technology, in warfare, guns and nuclear weapons, and all these technology gadgets that they build. Because if you look at them, where do they get mineral resources? In that land that they went in that land that the Germany went in and kill off people and dig out those minerals and process them and make those guns and technology gadgets and all these things that you see and say that they are powerful of. Is that a righteous thing? I don't think so. That's wicked. That's evil. They're not chosen people of God. They're not white people. The American don't own the land they're actually in right now. The British don't own Australia. The Belgium don't own Congo. The Dutch don't own South Africans. The Germany don't own. What you don't understand is that the Germany are not, Israel is not the only land that German descendant or German people went into. They went into Arab lands. They went into Africa as well. If you know the colonizations of Angolians in the South Africa, the Angola and Namibia, these two countries, if you go right now into that country, they're actually descendants of Germany that are living there. They run everything, economy, politics, everything, the country. That was their first colony. Then they create another colony, which is Israel in Arab land. And then the colony in Europe land, which is where they are, the Germany. So they have the Germany, the Israel, and Angola and Namibia. And I do believe they have a land as well in Asia. So it's not like a one place that they went in and kill people, colonize it, and take it off. These people. The same thing with British. They have land everywhere in Asia, in Africa, in Europe, in Arabs. The Saudis, what we call Saudi Arabia right now, it's a British colony. Those are kings and queens of British colonies. That's a land they took in Arab, like what the Germany do, and even Iran. So my brothers and sisters, understanding how the world operates, understanding this world's affairs, it gives you understanding, it gives you peace of mind. You know, Donald Trump is just someone entertaining the world with lies and deception. So you keep carrying and on with things that will not benefit you or give you understanding in life. The same thing with what you see in the media and all these things. Before they used to use television, media as a mean of telling the lies and programming. Now they have moved to people and they're using politicians, they're using leaders, they're using anyone they can use to entertain the world and make people believe their lies and deceptions. Started off with Obama, charismatic and entertaining, and then they move on to Donald Trump. I don't know who is going to be the next guy they're going to bring into the world to keep, because what you don't understand is that when they make you always pay attention to these things, to these lies and deception and people entertaining you, they're making you busy and they're shifting you from not actually understanding the reality of things. So in other way, they actually deceiving you to keep you, away from not actually sitting down and asking you yourself the realities of life, of how the world should be. They play with your emotion, they play with your intelligence, your understanding, they play with your especially your feelings and your emotions to keep you busy, to keep you, moving. And that's why every week, every day they create something, they create a problem, they create something to entertain people, to make people busy. They create attention to keep you busy, not understanding, the reality of how you as a person need to understand things. They give you false information, fake information to entertain you, to keep you busy. That's what Donald Trump, that's what other people do in entertainment, in TVs, in wherever you are. They just want you to like focus on them, pay attention to them. and not other things that you need to actually understand about how the world should be, especially playing with your emotions. So they play really well with your emotions. So you just have sympathy for them, to have feeling for them of what they're actually telling you that is a good thing. There's no way that if they don't do that, there's no way you will believe that what they're actually doing is evil. Because how they play with your minds, how they play with your emotions, of what saying to you that is actually the chosen people, the good people, the godly people, the righteous, and you believe that because they're keeping you to be busy with that because you don't want to turn around and see what they're actually doing, that it is wicked, it is evil, and they of no God people. I do believe in my heart these people are actually people of Satan, people of wicked, because that's what Satan's and wickedness do, evil, killing off things. Get to understand this. I'll leave you with this. Next time, understand that whatever war or whatever killing they're doing in that land, understand that that land they're killing things of, it's not only human being they're killing everything of God. The animal, the fish, the trees, anything that live in that land, in that place, including human. So get to ask yourself, if these people are killing off the things of God, why are they claiming themselves they are people of God? Understand that, for brothers and sisters. If you understand that, then you will sit down and ask yourself, why am I supporting these people? Why am I believing what they're saying to me? And then you probably have a good understanding of who these people are. I'll leave that to you on that note. You get to teach yourself understanding, my brothers and sisters, because these things it's got to come to do with the lack of understanding as well at the same time. If you cannot actually clearly see these things through, if you cannot clearly see the lies and deception through, you're having a lack of understanding. And a lack of understanding needs you to educate yourself, to do research, teach yourself about things. This is stupidity, cause death. He can support you, someone who is wicked, who is evil in that perspective. And so on that note, my brothers and sisters, I will leave it on that short. I would have talked a lot about it, but I got a short time. Uh, what I was talking today is for you to understand. It's not what I've put there about like versus, like the Europeans and Americans and Israel versus Russia and China. That's not really what I was about today. It's for you to understand all these people, the war they create, the killing they do. Understand that these people kill off the things of God. They all claim themselves in a different way that they are people of God, either through religious or through their own word. So understand that everything they kill off is not only human being. Get yourself out from that uh, emotion holding, because they're holding you on that only not emotion. They're holding you that only human beings are killing the land. No, they kill everything of God. The animal, the fish, the birds, the insects in the land. They kill off this everything. They pollute the soil, they pollute the air with those guns and all those chemical things they do in that lands, in those places. They're killing off everything of God. So if they're killing off everything of God and they turn around and come and tell you that they are people of God, either through religion or through word, they say they chosen people of God, and you believe that, then you have a problem of understanding things as a person, because that's a lie. I wouldn't be like saying I'm a person of God and turn around kill things of God. Nah, I would not do that, because I'll be lying even to myself, and I'll be lying to God Himself, because God created all these things for. He created them, everything in this earth. So who are you coming in here and destroying His thing, and yet again pretend and claim that you are a person of God, you are a chosen people of God? Doesn't make sense. Because it's a lie. They hold you captive with your emotions. They're playing with your emotions. They're playing with your feelings to make them believe that whatever they're doing, which is evil, is good. It's no, it's not good. That's why most of Israelis right now are moving to South Sudan, and they're trying to make friendship with South Sudanese. They're trying to like they chosen people of God. So South Sudanese are believing them the chosen people of God. And I'm like, you people need to understand these people. Wickedness and evil, it got nothing to do with God. Got nothing to do with God. If they stop killing things of God, then I might think of maybe they are people of God. But right now, they're not people of God. That's my problem. They're not people of God because they're killing the things of God. They're killing the animal, they're killing the birds, they're killing the fish, everything in the land. They go in and destroy things. They're killing human, plant, insect, fish, animal, everything. So who are you to come and tell me these people are people of God? Nah, they're not people of God. They're people of wicked. They're people of evil. They're people of Satan. That's who they are in reality, in the truth. But they don't want to tell you that because they don't want you to let you see them through. Because if they let you see them through, you will deny them. You will not support them. You will not support their wickedness they're doing in the world. You will not support the evil they're doing. But they want to take you along and support their evil. So that's why they lie to you. Understand that. That's why they create war. It's not only war, they kill off things. They have chemical engineer, other ways they do them, either be health, family, killing off, economy, killing off. There's a spiritual even killing off, information, artificial information they kill off people with. They kill off natural information, replace it with artificial information. They kill you off as a person spiritually. So who are you to come and tell me these people are righteous? They're not righteous. They're doing evil spiritually, lawfully, lively, and yet you claiming you're supporting them to be people of God, to be righteous people. And I'm like, no, righteous people of God don't kill things of God, don't destroy things of God spiritually, lawfully, and lively. They don't do that. So understand, my brothers and sisters. I'll leave you guys on that note. Um, for those who have tuned in and have stayed with me, for those who have come and leave, I appreciate you guys everywhere you are. Let's teach each other. Let's understand the things of the world, my brothers and sisters. In that way, we will help each other and keep away from these people who are actually doing evil. Because what I'm trying to do here is to let you understand spiritually, lively, and lawfully as well, that you don't want to be part of these people, because even supporting them wordly, it's mean you are with these people spiritually. then you're cut off from God for that reason, because you're supporting the people that are killing the things of God. You're of no good. And that's why understanding is really important to us as people, to understand these things, understand how these people operate, understand what they say, understand everything they don't say to you, and analyze things. As I said before, the reality of things you live in is not the truth of the reality. Get to get to learn things, get to analyze things, get to break down things, understand things, how these people are. That you get to choose who God is. On that note, I'll thank you all, for everyone who have tuned in, for those who are going to go and watch it wherever you're going to go and watch it, because I'm streaming live to different channels on my media. As you guys can see there on my logo, this a TV ministry that I do as well. I teach about spiritual things. I have a TV live here that I teach about uh, building South Sudan and everything that I do on the programs that I do. I have a TV podcast as well that are mainly streamed live to TikTok, uh, specifically for young people. I talk about things of life. I talk about things of work, such as money skill, financial literacy. I talked about spiritual things as well. And then I have a, a TV talk show that I do streaming on Facebook. And I got my website as well that I do a lot of my academics work in there, my business, and my media at the same time on my website. Check out. It's Dr. Riak, monetary.com. So if you Google it, you probably like find Dr. Riang Achunungor name, and it will come up. Uh, Support me if you want to in that way. And so we can share ideas, we can educate ourselves, we can empower ourselves, inspire ourselves to find solutions and problem that we're facing as people, spiritually, lowly and lively as well. And so on that note, thank you so much for everyone who have tuned in. For those who have come and left, I thank you all. Uh, I run this program every Saturday from 12 to 1. Sometime if I don't have uh, a proper time, if there's things that change, I just move time again. But in between 10 a.m. to 1, that's where I do the program. I choose like in between which 1 hour that I can do. Like today, I did from 10 to 11, but normally I run it from 12 to 1. And I do the other TVs as well on the weekend and weekdays. So check me out. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on TikTok and here as well. And we get to take this journey together, share ideas, educate ourselves, inspire ourselves, and take action. That's one of the things I really need our brothers and sisters to do, taking action. We hear things and we don't go and do action. We need to do action on things. We need to work on ideas so that we can materialize them, let them come to life. Because you can hear an idea, but if you don't put it into action, it cannot come to life. An idea, everything need an action. And I think that's what we need as people to do in this time that we are in. I thank you all for everything, for your time. And I hope God bless you all wherever you all are in the world. Uh, my name is Dr. Ria. God bless you. Love, peace, unity. God bless you all.